Oh, yep. Just give me a minute. Meh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. 1 second. Okay. I should be uncardboarded in a second. Uh. Uh. New work. Folder. Blam blam blam. Blam 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 blam. Hmm. Hmm. Yep, I'm just properly uncardboarding myself. Here we go. Thank you. As is usual. Long. Okay, good night. around this time of this is as per its usual as far as we are able. Hey Muffin, how you doing? How has Genshin been? Decent, decent. Still recovering a little bit from yesterday. Ooh. Well, I'm glad you're having fun. Oh. I wonder what's burning. As far as we're able to. Are you attempting to cook? As far as we're able to uncover. Ah, that sucks. Passes through and it's in along we it however appears that wherever the card was picked up was not it did cause explosion. They did arrive. Cargo. Wait. Modified. That. Hey, Atok, how you doing? Not much. I had to. I had to. I had to head for. What do you call it? A work part, like a work function. Honestly, given the timing, I think you should blame Genshin. Muffin's been playing a lot of it. Apparently, they played like 8 hours today. Oh, 9 hours. My bad. Yes, Muffin, are you free to play? Or are you one of them? Ah, yes, you are free to play. Good, good. Respect. Supposedly, Hoyoverse is pretty good about playing free, about free to play. At least that's what I've heard. I'm fairly certain. Say, given what I know of your age, you really already could have one. I know I got my first bank account when I was younger than you are now. Modified. We are unable. Given given the modification, any any identify then is likely. Ah. Given the modifications, any identifiable event is likely. Yes. And access to hopefully it doesn't. So you, hopefully you remain safe. I presume that. I presume that, given that you are not overly concerned Uh, Mankind has triumphed over nature yet again. To attempt. Of course, you live in Australia. The wildlife wants to kill you far more than the weather does. No, Muffin's just Australian. They're built different. I'm fairly certain if Fina was hitting the US, all of them would be bitching. uh, tracking. So unable to uncover. Extract item marker on the internal form to gain enough access to to attempt or other let's Yo, maybe, just I've been racer back to one hour. Hold on, I have a knock at the door. Okay. Eric Morris. Side to Mark Motors. And an approximate instruction year of. It's currently what would I say? 2991. So I'll say 2936. And he as part of law. Package in the following. Okay, what did they say for Fina? What does Fina say for wind speeds? Oh no, it's only 205, so you're still like over 20% within parameters. Yeah. Bomb.gov.au for Hurricane Fina, for Cyclone Fina. And sustained winds of 150 and gusts up to 205. Oh. Tracking beyond. No other had this ability. Culture? Oh, let's see. Yikes. That's annoying. Uh, uh, well, that's decent enough at least. Any cultural norms? Beyond the obvious traits. There are no clear identified cultural beyond state um reportedly uh and and okay. I mean, that sucks. And like, it's kind of our fault. Like, because of global warming and climate change and shit. But, we live outside. Nothing really we can do to change that. And even without climate change, they still had like a lot of extreme weather to deal with. Uh, yeah. Uh, in the early, let's say, popular fantasy series. Searching. In the written in the 23rd. And has claimed several times a first encounter on Ooh, wait, can you see the stars? Because like supposedly the sky looks really good when there isn't a lot of light pollution. Oh wait, no, there are clouds. Yes. Um, uh, yeah. Let's yeah. Um. um, uh, 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 Ooh. Did it rattle the windows? Oh. Other aspects also. Well, I hope I hope. Yep. Ooh. That's fun. Um. Oh. other um provide no no other behavioral other notable behaviors reduce are not use the likelihood of them having come from the honest combine or the header. Hold on. Raise the likelihood of a free world. Oh. Splinter no clear indication from local. It is fairly standard. Is within the usual. Titanium for... Blur. Haven't you words? Yeah. Keep seeing what you are able. There must be more. That main picture. And evaluate. Evaluate. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. 1 second. Aching. Aching. I'm sorry. Any further? We have prevent further evidence that would suggest that the employer that limiting uh, the proposal for uh, as I can move secondary or uh, Hey Zed, how you doing? That sucks. That sucks. Nice. Uh, Mostly okay. Still recovering a little bit from last night. Uh, That. Must. No one is capable. We have um, 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 the then your agent must eating inaccurate. The target reacts before say is able to act and react acts before they have Uh, um, um, Will they have any chance? Um, during the like alien, I was able to. Pick. people who have their during secondary able they faster. Is oh yes. Did I this mishmash mark? Hey. Oh, okay. That's the link to the project. My bad. Um, I'll pass you the link to the story if you want to actually read it. Yeah. What projects are you working on? Here. Nice. But yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing here as well. But this is a test story for the project that I was talking about, the March of Civilization. It's It's a power system that you can give to your characters for whatever reason. It is currently at 388 perks. And basically, it's a role thing that you do. And I have currently posted 22 chapters. And I am currently writing chapter 25. And once I'm done with that and keep progressing, hopefully it will end up looking pretty decent. Ooh. Nice. Glad to hear. A lot of them actually. The other project I'm working on, I've currently selected. So I figured out a list of possible worlds that I'll be messing around with. But yeah, I've currently written about 4,000 words for that. Yeah. Okay, so as well as delivered 3 shots in less while targeting while landing precise aims multiple. Nice. The perhaps if they made one, I might believe. But does that really make sense? It's like saying the Flash should struggle. Because, like, speedsters are really, really hard to scale. Yeah, that's all. That's kind of my opinion on things. The thing is, the way I try to write stories is that I create a world and I create characters, and then I kind of let them play out. And I like to observe the stories almost. Yeah, a little bit. From your evening five, they successfully landed five. Impossible. Where are you posting it? Like honestly, I don't really have a big issue with people talking about their own work. The main thing is advertising like paid services and stuff like that. That's what the no advertising thing in the rules means. It's like, hey, don't like try to pull viewers somewhere else, or hey, don't like talk about your paid service. I have a consistent issue with this one company that keeps sending bots into my chat, and it's a huge pain in the ass. So yeah, if you'd like to like talk a little bit about your story, that's not really a bad thing. So now I get to roll. Always my favorite part. Probably gonna fail. Yep. Insufficient steps. Ooh, nice. So, singer born in the real world, father died and reached 5, mom died and reached 5 Nights at Freddy's, I'm assuming. Okay. Oh, Friday Night Funkin'. Okay. Seems like it could be interesting. Uh, what's the last one here? It was 44, right? Yeah. Kind of. Like, there's some parts of it that I like, and there are some parts of it that I don't like. Unfortunately, a lot of the parts that I don't like, which is kind of like big numbers get bigger and giant energy blasts, are more and more part of the show. Right? Like, I have my own problems with the OG Dragon Ball, mainly to do with like the pervy stuff. But outside of that, I vastly prefer the OG Dragon Ball to Z and everything past that. Because like we get some interesting world building off like in Z onwards with like more information about the Saiyans and the greater universe as a whole. But honestly, the actual fighting and martial arts aspect of it all, that was a lot more fun in the OG Dragon Ball as compared to the later series. Uh, yeah. Like, it would have been so much more interesting if they stayed with. Well, like, I recognize that you want to keep the battle like, the combat simple for the sake of mass appeal. But at least I would really enjoy a Dragon Ball style show that stayed with like the cool martial arts and stuff like that. There's a really cool animation, like a fan animation of Dragon Ball that that's on YouTube, and it's like the combat in that is so much nicer than anything I've seen out of the actual show. Um, it's called Legend, a Dragon Ball tale. It's like the first thing that shows up when you search for a Dragon Ball fan animation, and it is so good. Yeah, like if Dragon Ball was close to it was like more similar to that, I would have been so much happier. Uh, I I'm not familiar with Super Mario Z. Uh, uh, Nice. Uh, 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 I believe it is luck, but from your success 5 impossible. I think it's possible. Yeah. Ah, interesting. We haven't had an NB character in a while. They laugh. They laugh. You're making me sound like one of the crazies. You say crazy under. Where is behind the name? Here it is. Settings. We want a female last name. We want to have English. Danish. German, French, Italian, Japanese, Scottish. I believe that should be Free Worlds League. Under Dr. Natty. If you we're just rolling for the gender of the different characters. I don't like the gender is the part of the character that matters the least to me, so I just do it randomly. I personally believe that the evidence you are tampered with somehow. If you keep insisting that this is real, then the obvious conclusion is that there is more to human than we have previously. perhaps, perhaps, uh, perhaps, what is that this indeed has been augmented? Uh, while while we have no evidence of such a thing existing, the technology employed by the magistracy is theoretically capable of integrating some form of I feel it's more like Ultra Instinct Shaggy is very much a meme character because like even in the movie that he's from, UI Shaggy is like peak human tops, right? So like at best you would scale them at like Captain America levels. You would scale him at like Captain America levels, not anything much further than that. Yeah, Phantasaur Shaggy is Captain America at best, and like Mecha Sonic is definitely superhuman. I don't know enough about Uncle Grandpa to really comment on that. Okay. Some form. premises, as well as operating at speeds far beyond so there is evidence in surviving current hegemony, documentation of research into the viability of combat augmented. Technically, yes, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna ever finish it. Research projects of more advanced combat cybernetics. That could be. So I have a Gundam Witch from Mercury 1, a different gun, like 3 other normal Gundams. I don't know what they're called. I don't know what any of the Gundams, like the proper names of any of the Gundams are. I have like a partial, like a very, like a Gundam Quant 00 that I like started, but I don't think I'm ever gonna finish. I've got a Metagross. I've got a Going Merry. I've got the Yellow Submarine. I don't remember what that's called from One Piece. And yeah, those are all the models I have. Like all the buildy models. I have like a few other statuettes and stuff. And like one Lego model, but that's it. Ooh. Nice. That reported to give a significant that claimed to be able to achieve some of the that would be able to take the beats from the Yeah. Nice. Yeah, enjoy your Gundam or your belt. But yeah, Ash Ketchum is way stronger. Like, have you seen the have you seen the like the weights of the Pokemon that he casually carries around? Yeah. Ash is like really strong. Yeah. Yep. The question is, what do you mean by the power of the black hole, of a black hole? Right? There are like many different ways you can think of a black hole being harnessed. Okay, I don't know about magic stuff. There are like physical ways to draw power from a black hole that are far more useful. This is from this one. Are too far. their own app. Even think of something like and and given and they would not be releasing a technology to to anyone. Yes. Is some nation like NIOPS, but focus on cyber. If this is real, then the most likely outcome, the most likely source of it all, probably some deep equivalent to some NIOPS, except focused on cyber. Perhaps with with a limited cache of perhaps with a kitted out an agent with some needing them to extract resources from the wider inner sphere. that's not cool. Do we have that good? Hey Gaiman, how are you doing? He sighed. Well, reason. Decent. I'm making good progress on this chapter. I've written about 1,000 words, I think. No, about 500 words. I'm trying to push this up to at least 2,000 by the end of the day. Reasonable. So what projects do you work on? You think that they aren't alone with them? You believe them to be alone, but not without some sort. They alone, but not without some sort of support. I suspect that there are other agents embedded within it as a more sustainable long term. Agents embedded within it for a more as a more as a connection back. Oh, nice. Cool. So how is Elliot related to the apocalypse? Are they like are they like some sort of weird monster that is like part of the species that caused the apocalypse?
Gotcha. If you do manage, kill them off. Things might. Settle for until they uh, um, really, we need to stop focusing on them, at least for the large threat. The larger threat is finding some way to deal with really only so first. The largest threat is very frequent with their conflict with the broader threat will far easier. If whole, but our contacts in the American are not responding. They're not and the
Okay. You never answered my question. Is Elliot secretly like an eldritch abomination? Ah, no worries. Ooh. What you look into? Are not cooperating. And the Nebic, treatment plant is progressing, fast, enough that, does not want to, that cut is, fast enough that, can't have it. Welcome to the club, buddy. Treatment plants for faster. Can't have it set. So, the the Lyrans have plenty of habitable worlds that have that technically I have a Blue Sky, a Twitter, and an Instagram. I don't check them super often. Exclamation mark site, I think. That has links for most of them. Not Blue Sky, surprisingly enough, but I should add Blue Sky to this at some point. I've told them that, but Irons have plenty of borderline habitable worlds that would make. So that would that could so that significantly increase their that could significantly that could be industries that are currently simply not. If this. Oh, thank you for the follow. That's really nice of you.
No worries, man. Enjoy. I told him that, but our contact in Martin actually really wrong. Dealing with it. So I've made far more. For
Sure thing. Informal sense established. The first service. Have I believe I have no idea. They would even no worries. Good night, Muffin. Let me check my. Okay, no, I don't see any notifications yet. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say allow messages from everyone. Should be able to send it to me now. Oh, cool. So far seems decent enough. Okay. Let's see. That looks fine. Yeah. I'll take a look at it later. I'm still trying to figure out. Sabotaged too early. Yeah. Bye. Not too early. I need to give far too credibility. Sabotage requires sabotage in more ways than a simple delay would require. Have to. Nice. Oh. Okay, that is a choice. Seems quite scripted. Like it's like almost script fic. Like you have paragraphs of descriptive text, but like most of your you don't have dialogue. You have dialogue, but it's like lines almost. Time frame. If we strike. Yeah, definitely seems interesting. Definitely seems interesting. Yeah, I'd like to see where this goes. And now if we attack the Lothario site, we are going to gift back irons mass.
What would you do? Sabotage. And the best way of dealing with your event was that was a backup. Sniper. Oh wait. Somehow. Dirt. And able to. The man was somehow able to dodge. Oh. The other obvious sign that that someone meddling. The Lyrons, yes, you are, you could. We have working on model into the we know the schedule. It would be a simple matter to say to back. And now would have been. There has been a significant security overhaul is at the build site far more rarely and Appears significant text for event before they arrive for inspection. Additionally, it appears that they have found third agents on Boland, whom they have been willing to trust additional entrust additional there is zero that defeating that removing them from the situation will no longer prevent the completion of the Nebic or any subsequent Nebic plot or any subsequent what's this looking like? Yeah, we're almost halfway to the next one. No, 21. Can't any subsequent ones. Okay. Have we been able to identify that in question? I haven't read all of it. I'll probably go into some more detail later. So I'll probably like review it later. But like my main comment on it is that I don't know, the plot feels a little simplistic almost. Not exactly all over the place, right? Plots can be all over the place and complicated, or they can be all over the place and simplistic. The best way I've heard it described is someone talking about one of the Cars movies,
where they said it's like a kid describing a movie, which is like, and this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened, and then the other thing happened, right? Things aren't transitioning into each other, they don't feel connected, right? So, like, it might be complicated. So it might be like, it might be going through a bunch of different spaces, but it doesn't rest on any one of them for long enough for it to to really settle in. Yeah, it doesn't like rest on any one of them for long enough for it to settle in. And I mean, it might just be me that like the script style doesn't quite mesh with my sensibilities. I found that it works great in certain aspects, but like for this specific one, eh. I'll have to read it in more detail. However, we I feel like it's just it might just be an experience situation. Like, is this your first story, or is this or do you have or do you like how is like, are you so is this like an earlier project, or okay, and how many stories have you written since then? Is this like your second draft of your first story, and like this is your first major project since then? Or so yeah, no, don't worry. It's probably just like a practice thing. It's my assumption is it's just a practice thing. I would know. I have written stuff like I've written similarly messy stories in the past. But yeah, I think the way I think of it is that a single chapter, like, you need to have a sequence of like you have to remember that they're kind of layers, right? There is a single action by anyone. There is a group of interactions, which is a scene, and then you have the broader collection of scenes that falls into an event, and then you have your story that's made up of events, right? So you need to build out how you want your entire story to flow. Right now, this reads, okay, this guy was born, and then his dad died, and then his mom left him, and that is okay. Apparently, his mom left him. His mom left him before the end of the fourth page, and these are not particularly busy. Not particularly like wordy pages, right? So spend some time, let things sit, and like also, if you're looking at like the mom's character, right? It just kind of feels like really one note. Is there like any like, yeah, pretty one-dimensional. It's like, is there a reason why she, like, if she didn't want a kid, why did she have the kid? And also, if she, like, is there a reason why she, like, why did she have the kid in the first place? Why did, sorry, why is she so happy to get rid of the kid? Is there something else that she would rather be doing instead of raising the kid? Like, what's the broader context to all of this? Okay. So, like, at this stage, it doesn't look like she got away with all that much treasure, right? Like, right now, what it looks like is that, like, you, so the way I would put that is, let's assume that on some level, uh, what's her face? What's her face is like even moderately intelligent, right? Misha is moderately intelligent. Um, I don't know how she's supposed to be getting a lot of money for abandoning presumably the heir to his father's fortune. So, like, you could, instead of saying, oh, she just up and left, and like this somehow resulted in her getting a lot of money somehow, and despite her getting a lot of money, the kid's still fine and has a butler that seems to raise him and like in wealth and stuff. So that's also not very clear. Um, it would make a lot more sense if the mother was still around but was just like super emotionally distant, didn't care, wasn't like she still theoretically is his mother and therefore is able to access the family accounts, live in this nice house, uh like have all this fancy jewelry and stuff, but she just doesn't care because that makes her a persistent problem, right? And like, anyways, point is, it just feels like she's picking the most evil thing you can do, even when it doesn't make any sense, right? Like she's for some reason doing evil for evil's sake. Uh, Also, if his father had cancer, and I'm assuming that, yeah, given how quickly, say how dead he is, say how like, uh, okay, yeah. So like, we just kind of have a very messy situation. Okay. But like, given that the old man is 60, like, is there a reason why uh Mahi was even born? Right? Like why did Misha have a kid? It can't be that hard for her to just have like contracept, say have quote unquote fertility problems and then be in a prime position to just inherit everything, right? Have we been able to identify the lost? No. Our our agents have that cost on
we have been able to acquire the purchase records. So yeah, I don't know, I just feel like it needs some broader refinement. Like, even if she is quite slow-witted, yeah. From it appears that a great deal of laser. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, my suggestion would be to try and like break things up into the scenes that they have and figure out some level of transition. Like, here's one thing, right? You've got this whole section that has Mahi being introduced and his like growing up from 1 to 5, right? That doesn't feel relevant. You could very easily replace that with just a more detailed birthday scene, and then during that and like currently it makes it sound like the guy Morisu got poisoned at some point, right? So like you can have a different introduction for the Moonstar stuff if you want. Like I'm not sure how to work into that, how to work through that. Like that would have to take like some significant thought. But also, why does Mahi sound like a baby when he's 5? No, kids are a lot like, you have to recognize that kids aren't stupid, right? They might use a simpler vocabulary and they might make like some grammatical errors, but they're usually not like actually that much dumber than adults. Honestly, most adults are like, when I compared to a lot of the kids I've interacted with, it's the adults who come off second best, right? But
like, yeah. Anyways, like from what I can see, in your prologue, or at least in your first 2 chapters, you've gone through 3 entire worlds, which feels kind of fast. Like, is there a reason why it's moving that fast? Or, like, even in the multi-cross settings I've seen before, usually people will spend, like, at least a few thousand words, so at least a few chapters and, like, a few events that, like, a few events that would be interesting to, like, that would be for for each setup, right? So like for Friday Night Funkin', you could have more than, I don't know, it seemed like a very short section. Like, I'm spending longer on the reactions people are having to Jun surviving an assassination than you did, say, than you appear to have done on an entire setting, right? And even I have like my old story from like the old version of Not Your Average Xiangxia. Just the Ranma section was like 10,000 words, right? And this is just a little bit to get used to, say, to get to learn, to get introduced to Jin's power set, and then you have the whole system evolving, and that's not like the end of the Ranma section, right? There's like another 5,000 words here, so on and so forth. Like, things build up and expand as it goes, and you have interactions, and you have each world fitting in, right? Each world feels like uh it is part of what you are exploring in this setting. Because otherwise the worlds just go, oh no, we've got, so we have these characters who show up for all of 5 minutes and then they're gone. But yeah, like the general concept seems decent. Style's not my jam, so I can't really comment too much, like give you a lot of good constructive criticism on that. And I saw you already editing the starting bit, where you don't really need to go into the ages, like the parts before he turns 5. A good enough example of the birthday should be enough to like establish that starting point, and then I mean I still don't know what you want to do with the mother character, so that's up to you. Laser. Parts. And link. Security. That. Yeah, I'd love to see where it goes. Perhaps I'm just not seeing it in the current state that it is.
Alright. Given the known records of the target behavior, targets behavior during the trial. We that whether employed on both is new.
That quickly? Give me depends. I feel like all of the poisons that would do something like that would taste fairly obvious. And also could not be and would very easily be picked up by any medical professional. Like if this guy immediately went to the hospital, he's either surviving or it will very obviously be recognized as poison. Access to is prevailing. It is currently the prevailing. Between the observed the Allah.
currently being conducted in the the current belief is that and the weapon used you fallen the carpet. I think I'm going to dip. I haven't quite gotten as far as I would like. That's 400 words. I'm gonna say, well, if I can push for another 300 words, I will have gotten a little over halfway through this chapter. Right? So that might be worth it. But I'm also really tired, like actually legitimately really tired. You know what? Yeah, I am ending the stream. I'll be back tomorrow if you want to drop by, but I'm gonna get some rest. Cheers. Here's 32.